Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me back here for another great workout. Or if you're new to the channel, we are so glad to have you. I'm Jessica, and today our workout is going to be a blend of standing and seated exercises for lower leg muscle strength and joint health. We will be working with the chair, but other than that, you just need a little bit of space to move. Go ahead, get set up, and we're going to get started right now. We'll start off with all of our standing exercises to the right side of the chair. And if standing exercises are not a good fit for you here today, you can go ahead and take these standing exercises, modify them from a seated position, or if you would just like to get straight to the good stuff, you can fast forward until you get to the seated portion of this workout, which will be at that second half. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started here on the right side of the chair. Like I said, we're gonna plant those feet here, stand up nice and tall. Chair is here to help support you through your balance anytime you need it. Step that inside leg forward, reach for those toes. As you pull them up, stretch through the backs of the ankles there. Bring it on in, same thing here, right leg. One more each side. Stretching open the back of the ankle. Beautiful job here. To the right. Bring it back up. And you're going to take this left foot forward, lift up through the front of the ankle as much as feels safe and comfortable. Draw it back. Here with the the right. One more time to the left. And one more time here to the right. Great job. Stand and challenge yourself to balance on this right leg. Ankle circles in with the left foot. Go for a big movement. And 3 circles out. So reverse that. Stand on the left. 3 circles with the right going out. And reverse it, coming back in. You can flip-flop those if you already started. With that one direction, ease it on down. Let's go ahead and open up these knee joints very carefully. So skip this if it doesn't feel good or comfortable for you. Face the chair. Foot goes to the chair. You might also feel a stretch through the back of the ankle. Ease forward into the knee. Just until you feel a little bit of that stretch or mobility coming into the knee, and then pull back. Should not be painful at all. It shouldn't even be uncomfortable, just easy movement through the knee here. Let's go 2 more. Bring it on down. Step that left leg down. Same thing here with the right. It could be different on this side, so let it be whatever movement it needs to be here. Keep it gentle, soft bend in that left knee. 2 more here. Ease it on down and we'll take it back to the front. Balance on this right leg. Hip circles here with the left. Notice my hips are still framing up to the front of my space. I'm not turning with my leg. Roll it the other direction. Yours can look very different than mine. Maybe slower, smaller, maybe bigger. We all have different mobility. Take it on down. Same thing here for that right leg. 3 circles in. Starting to feel a little bit of work coming in already with this one. Nice big movement. 3 to the outside. Don't turn those hips. They're staying forward. Set it on down. Great job there. Just give it all a little shake. Hopefully those joints are a little bit loosened up, ready to move and feel good through our exercises. We're gonna plant those feet here, equal spacing between the balls of the feet and the heels. Try not to lean forward. Try to lift the heels straight up. Hold and lower slow. Up is a little bit quicker. Hold, 1, 2, and then release. 1, 2, 3. So if we're thinking about this, it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Great job here. Keep going with me. Just find stability in those ankles. It doesn't have to be a big lift. Start where you feel comfortable. You can take more or less. Take a break if you need it. Chair is here for balance anytime you need it throughout our standing exercises. Great job here. Lower it on down. Let's go ahead and face the seat of our chair. Right leg here. So first things first, we're going to stand facing the chair, hips lined up to the seat. Bend those hips back. So I don't want you arching through that spine. Back. And then shift weight to that left leg, holding that position. Right leg extends out, lift. Point those toes, nice and slow and steady. Notice as I'm lifting my leg, I'm trying really hard not to bend into my low back. It's just the leg. You can challenge your balance or take fingertips or hands to the chair. Last one here. Great job. Wiggle out that left foot, and we're gonna go ahead and repeat that for that left side. So reposition yourself facing the chair. Tuck that tailbone, and then bend those hips back. Hold that as you lean to the right foot. Left leg extends out, so it's not straight back. Out a little bit to the side. Lift, squeezing through the sitting muscles. And lowering back down. No movement through that low back. Next exercise is a little bit easier. Hang in here with me. Final one here. Take it on down. Great job. Wiggle out that right leg. It's working through that exercise too. Really stabilizing you. Go ahead here. Send weight to the left leg. Try not to collapse out into that hip. Keep it pulled up and in. Step forward into the right foot. How much body weight you put into this foot? Totally up to you. More of a lean forward is going to make this a little more challenging. So if you need to back off, lean back into that left foot a little bit here. Lift the right toes. Lower down. Slower taps here. Pause at the top. Let's take 2 more. Drop it on down. Shake it out. We're gonna go back to it on that side. You should feel this front shin muscle working here, anterior tibialis, giving that ankle lots of strength there. So again, forward for more work, pulled back for a little bit less work. Plant through that right heel, lift those toes. It's not a big movement. Pause at the top. Two more. Great job there. Ease it on down. Shake it out if you need to. Let's switch that over to the left leg. Step it forward. Gauge how much weight you need for this movement. Lift and lower. Two more. Step it back, give it a little shake. We'll repeat that one more time here. You're doing really good. Hang in here. Step it back forward. Find that sweet spot. Hold that pause at the top. I know it's getting tough. I feel this too. 2 more. Bring it on down. Great job there. Go ahead, shake it out just a little bit. Nice strong ankles. We really need them, especially for fall prevention and keeping those lower leg joints healthy. So knee, ankle, things like that. Go ahead and again, face the seat of your chair. And you can even center yourself up to the backrest of the chair. And what I want you to do is stand tall here. One hand to the chair, one hand to either your belly or your low back. And I want those knees nice and soft. And what you're going to imagine here is letting those hips reach back. Body's gonna lean forward and there's no movement. So we're not overly tucking and we're definitely not overarching using those low back muscles. Nice and neutral. Take it back, pause, press from those heels and push those hips forward. So hips are reaching back and pushing forward. You can make this really big if you feel no movement or tension through the low back. But if you do, this can take practice. Keep it slow and small. Work as big as you can control with good form here today. It will get better in time when they tell us to lift with our legs rather than our back. This is exactly what they're talking about. Reaching back, using those glutes, stretching them, pushing them forward to bring the body back up. So we're not using those back muscles, using these guys back here. This is what they're for, but it does take a little practice to perfect. Great job here. So again, you shouldn't feel the belly spilling forward. You can feel the hip bones. They shouldn't be moving as you reach back. Pressing heels down into the floor like you're pushing the floor away as those hips come back up. I know this can be sensitive on the low back. So we'll go ahead and hold it there. Swish those hips side to side. Beautiful job there. Few more exercises. Well, one more exercise. We're gonna repeat it for each leg, and then we will go ahead and move to our seated exercises. So again, go ahead, face the chair, or you can work to the side. I'm gonna go this way so you can see what we've got going on. Soft bend in through the knees. Hips go back to that position. Tailbone tuck. Send the right toes back. Flex them under. That's gonna lift them off of the floor. Knee to knee here. Press back and in. Again, low back is not moving through this movement. You feel your glute and your hamstring working. Kind of a donkey kick here. I know these ones are tough, especially after all that work. We're gonna take one more here for this side. I know that left leg is working too. Bring it on in. You're not imagining it. I feel all of that work. Hopefully you do too, in a good, positive way. Hips face the chair, send them back. Shift weight to that right leg. Send those left toes back. Flex the foot. So you're gonna draw those toes up towards the front knee and press back. No movement through the low back. Keep it in the leg. Balance challenge here, I know. Final one here. Bring it on down. Great job. And again, go ahead, swish around in those hips. You've made it to the seated portion of this workout. Don't go into rest mode in your mind. We're still working. Things will be just a little bit less intense but I wouldn't say easier. I don't want you to get into that mindset. Go ahead here. First things first, we're going to check in with that low back. Lean it on forward and just let that low back round, making sure that all of our hip hinging movements didn't build up any aggravation. Nice little break here in between our exercises too. Roll it on up. Beautiful job. Lean yourself to the back of the chair. You're gonna feel a little bit of core involved with this next one. You can take this with a single leg, working one at a time, alternating, or bigger for those core muscles, 2 legs. You're going to drop them down, knees come together, open and lift, butterfly open. Go here when you're ready. Modification is here. If you are taking the modification, please be very careful about scraping that foot up along this inside leg. We don't want there to be any scuffs or irritation from that. I'm gonna work a little bit here with both. I'm gonna give us plenty of time. So if you are taking that modification, you'll get a good amount of work. Great job here. You start feeling those inner thighs. Doesn't have to be big. Again, work at a level that you can control your form. We don't want all these wild, all over the place movements. That's how we get hurt. All right, we're gonna take 2 more wherever you're at. So if you are alternating 1 leg at a time, it's gonna be 1 each. And if you're here, it's gonna be both. Set it on down. Great job there. Go ahead. Walk those hips back in the chair. Step those feet wide. Get them underneath you. Lean forward. Press and release. Press and release. We're not lifting, but you should feel the thighs turn on. And some of those sitting muscles working here as you're just pushing feet into the floor. Now make sure you're not pushing back. You're pushing like you were gonna lift up. Push. So push down. If you need to reposition yourself in the chair, you can. We're not pushing like crazy. Just if we're looking at 0 being no work and 10 being as much as we can do, you're about a 4. So just light. Feel the inside here. This is the VMO muscle. Inner knee support muscle there. Press and release. I'm not moving. I'm just pushing my feet into the floor. Feeling those hips get a little bit light. 2 more. Great job here. Last one. Beautiful. Release it on down. Step those feet in. Think about all of those sitting muscles underneath you. We're going to work with them a little bit here. I want you, not here, relaxed through that low back to make sure that we're not engaging that at all. So as you work, you're not here. Those back muscles are working. We don't want that. Lean forward a little bit, even if you need to be here. That's okay. Squeeze those big glute sitting muscles together underneath you. Release. Last 2 here. Hold that squeeze for just a few seconds. Beautiful job. Release it on down. If you're not already turned to the right side of your chair, go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna step that left foot in. Right foot is gonna come here, and that corner of the chair, the left leg is going to be over that corner. So I don't want you having to struggle crossing over the edge of the chair. Start from that already lifted over position. Flex those toes up. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna lift. Nice and easy, right? Feel those thigh muscles working. Two more here. Great job there. Bring that foot. Oh, I feel all that leg work. I just brought that leg in and it was like, oh, we're so tired. Okay, ignore me. Here we go. Bring this leg up, take it out. You're not turning with it. Bring it back in. Squeeze that glute underneath you if you need to. If that is uncomfortable, because being in this hip flex position can cause some of those deep hip rotators to rub. Some people are sensitive, some people are not. You can take this leg a lot lower and extend it out here, and you'll get a lot less rubbing. So if you notice that after a few of these, you're like, oh, kind of getting some deep, kind of that pain in the butt feeling, just modify that. Final two, no matter where you are working. Set it on down. Let's go ahead. Take it over to the left side. We'll be working with that right leg now. Hopefully my brain remembers right and left. I think I've got a little bit of Monday brain today. Flex those toes up. You're over that corner already, so that'll be just one less thing to fight. Go ahead. Sit tall. Tailbone tucked, so low back is not working. Lift, it could be smaller. Smooth and steady. Especially as you get tired, take a break or shorten up the movement. You have two more here. You're doing so good. Take it on down. Now, same thing here, modification to leave that leg a little bit longer, a little bit less flexion happening in the hip. Or if it doesn't seem to aggravate you, bring it off the floor, take it out, squeeze through those sitting muscles on the right side, and bring it back in. Now, this doesn't have to be a far movement either. You don't have to open really far. That hip mobility will sort itself out through the movement. Just don't push into anything uncomfortable. You have to respect the body's boundaries here. Final two. Great job there. Bring it on in. Wonderful. Leave those legs a little bit wide. And same thing here, you're over the corners of the chair, so that way we're not rubbing. We'll start with the right leg first. Flex those toes up. Lift this leg up and in. Take it to the left leg. Doesn't have to touch. We're just working that direction. Don't turn the body. Body stays straight forward. We're looking at each other here. We're gonna keep positive. We're gonna keep encouraging each other through this movement to keep good form, keep good control as that inner thigh muscle is working. You're doing really good. Sitting tall, but not working from the low back. I feel this one adding up. I hope you do too. If you're not able to get it in as far, that's okay. Remember to leave those toes flexed up. Two more here. Take it on down. Great job there. Just give it a second. Let's go ahead here. Find some comfortable positioning for that left leg to move. It's the same thing here. We're gonna take this one, flex those toes up, 12 on this side. So as this leg comes across, I'm noticing it on this side more than my other side, which is totally normal. I'm getting a little bit of that deep outer hip stretch. This one tends to run really tight, so I'm enjoying that. It feels good, but if the stretch is a little bit too much, even if you can do the exercise and the stretch is going to be your limiting factor, that's okay. Don't push, even if you can do it strength, don't push into a stretch that's too much for those muscles here today. Shorten it up if you need to. And if the stretch feels amazing, keep going. I don't want to discourage you either. Just keep yourself safe. That's all we really are aiming for here today, finding work, staying safe. Last one here. Again, leave it wide, walk those hips into a place where you feel like you can move, but you're also very supported. We are going to extend the right leg out. This time you're gonna point the toes, work from these thigh muscles here, flex and draw that heel up. You can lift the knee. You're gonna feel a little bit of knee mobility through there. Obviously, ankle is working too. Slow and steady. Today is about patience and control. Little bit of a roll, so my knee is not straight up, it's a little bit rolled to the right. That might just be what's comfortable in my body. If you're noticing that yours is a little bit different, as long as you're finding the work for underneath the leg, the top of the thigh, knees, and ankle. Happy? You're good. And I know this is a big movement, so I won't leave you here for too many more. Last two here. Point, flex. How is that low back feeling? Flex and release. Great job. Let's go ahead and go over into that left leg. Same thing here. Maybe not same thing, it could be different. Point, flex, and pull with the heel. Maybe you lift a little bit, working bigger into the knee. Up to you. All right, good news. These are the last two, and we'll go ahead and take some stretches. I know we're not like out of breath or sweating like crazy here, but you are working. We want to let those muscles cool down. So right away, go ahead, lean it back here. Drop into that low back. Hug the right leg in. You can hold from underneath the leg if those knees get a little sensitive with a forward pull. Give it just a little squeeze. Relax this leg. Feel the low back and the back of the pelvis and hip stretch here. Last one. Take it on down. Bring those feet up, knees are wide. Side windshield wipers. You can start to counter twist the body. Make sure that everything feels good, and if you're pulling on the leg, that's okay. Just don't pull on the knee. Bring it on forward, work those hips back. Roll to the toes, to the heels, lift the toes. To the toes, lift the heels, front ankle stretch. Roll to the heels, lift the toes, back ankle stretch. Release this low back forward. Give it a little shimmy here if it needs it, side to side. Roll it on up. Good deep breath in and then exhale. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me for today's workout. Sometimes it's really nice to slow things down, establish that really great mind to muscle connection, and you will never go wrong because establishing that and getting the brain and those muscles communicating, feeling how those muscles move, it can come in very, very handy when you need them in your daily life. So a little bit slower here today, but hopefully that was a nice change of pace from some of our faster, more intense leg strengthening workouts that we've had lately. Of course, we will have some of those coming up too. So if you love them, they are a classic. We will continue to have them here. But either way, you have done a really great job here today, whether you loved it or whether maybe it wasn't your favorite. You've completed the workout. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Meet me back here for the next amazing workout. Quick reminder that is easier to do if you are subscribed to the channel. So go ahead and click that button before you head out today. Always free to do that. I will see you guys again very soon. Keep taking good care of yourselves. And as always, thank you so much for watching.